Ed Reed having his status like that shined light on it. And the reason I believe they fired him, they don't want people to see what they're really doing with the money. That's what I believe it is.
Yeah, I'm showing it. I'm not even the head coach. Congratulations. Man, I should go my ass home.
That's what it is, man. Obviously, you can see he's being the change, but he's not the change that they want. To get into, I ain't gonna lie, we're gonna spend a little bit of time on this particular topic. This has been something pretty hot that's been going on in the media, in the news, on YouTube or whatever this week. The situation between the HBCU, Bethune-Cookman University, which is an historical black college and university, versus Ed Reed, former Hall of Fame player, former Super Bowl champion, national champion at his years at the University of Miami, okay? So, long story short, Ed Reed was announced the head coach probably a few weeks ago, and he started working at Bethune-Cookman, located in Daytona Beach, Florida, and he was working before the contract was signed officially. But once you announce a head coach, that's going to be your head coach.
Right.
But when he got there, Ed discovered some things, that he did not like, and he was very vocal about it. I'm not here to, actually I am here. I say whatever I want to say.
That's
I
right.
don't care. I say whatever I want to say.
Bring it out.
So Ed
right.
went about it a certain way that a lot of people may not like. It's either you like it or you hate it. But at the end of the day, they decided to announce him as the head coach. He got there, saw the way administration was running things. He wasn't happy with it. Got on Instagram Live, and somebody, of course, screen recorded it, put it out there, circulated. And then he lost his job. All right. So here's the current situation. We got a lot of videos, and to be honest with y'all, hey, for those out there listening, call in. We want to hear your take. We want to hear what you think about the situation. Right. Like I said, we're gonna spend a little bit of time today, which is a little different for us here on Writings on the Wall. But I wanted to touch this thing, so we gonna go over it today. Right. So, hey, play the first video, please. The current state. The current situation that's happening at the university. Play that for me, please.
Hundreds of students held a protest on the campus of Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach today. Those students are upset that the university ended contract negotiations with prospective head football coach and former NFL great Ed Reed.
As West 2's Claire Metz reports, they think it's retaliation for comments that Reed recently made on social media the students believe are the truth.
Hundreds of Bethune-Cookman University students sent a message to the administration, to the board, to anyone who would listen with a peaceful but vocal campus protest.
We voice concerns, we send emails all the time, no responses, so this is what it has come to.
It came to that after the university broke off negotiations with prospective head football coach Ed Reed. Reed had recently taken to social media, often using profanity to criticize physical conditions here at BCU, even claiming his office wasn't clean. Reed later apologized, but the university decided this weekend to reopen their search. While students are petitioning to bring Reed back, They say it's time they speak out too.
We have a voice.
BCU student Tyrone Franklin Jr. is a quarterback on the football team. Disappointed the university dropped Ed Reed.
I think him showing that what we're going through as a student body should be shown. Many people has been saying this for a long time.
Students shared pictures of what they say are some campus concerns.
So stop. That's mildew mold on the doors of dorm rooms.
Right.
Now, y'all be like,
Lord
damn,
have
Cat,
mercy.
why are you going in so much on this one? Hey, I used to attend Bethune Cookman my freshman and sophomore year of college, when it became a university in 07. The reason why I want to spend time on this is because this stuff is true, bro.
Facts.
This is not something new.
Wait a minute.
This is not new like 2023 new. No, I was there back in 07. Don't be counting. Don't be trying to figure out how old I am either, all right? I was there. Just know I was there, and I was there years before that. Doesn't matter. But I'm just letting you know this is not a new issue as if, the admin is trying to paint. That's a lie. That's a lie. So we're gonna break this thing down today, but go back to those conditions, man. So the reason why we're touching this is HBCU, man. We got to do better.
Right.
We have to do better. Now, a lot of people, they will argue and say, well, we don't have enough money. That's not the case.
Right.
That's not the case. And we're going to show y'all that today. We're going to show you the truth. And this is why I believe, don't get it twisted, don't get it twisted. When you get a coaching job, of course, you're going to be told. You may even have a campus visit to see the facilities, boom, 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 boom. So you're going to see and have a slight idea what you're getting yourself into, right? But what I am pretty sure happened is Ed, not only did he get there, for those weeks he was there, but he saw how things was being ran in the admin, and he saw the hypocrisy. That's why I believe he got vocal. Am I saying that was the best way to go about it? Nah, not quite. But at the end of the day, give me Ecclesiastes 7:7. This is how I see it right here. And mind you, he's not in the truth, things of that nature. So he's acting, how he perceives is the best way to do things. All right, but give me that Ecclesiastes 7:7, because at the end of the day, if you have a love for your people and you're seeing them in these situations, knowing that it don't gotta be like that,
Right.
something's gonna evoke your spirit, and you're gonna have some passion about that thing.
Right,
All right?
right.
But read this for me, please.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7.
Go ahead.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Right, so when you see the state of your people
That's right.
like that, yeah, you can get angry. And some people could take your passion or your anger for, they could take it out of context, out of line. They really don't understand where you're coming from. But go back to that video real quick before we dive into this, man. Watch this.
Broken doors, mold in dorm rooms, even growing on stuffed animals.
The first couple months I was here, I literally was sick because of the mold. My shower makes my skin break out because, they don't really care about the health of their students.
Many here told us Ed Reed spoke the truth about issues at the university, and they showed up.
Oh, we got a call? Yeah, we'll take a call. We'll take a quick call. Hey, Shalom, caller, what's your question or your comment?
Hey, Shalom, Cap.
Hey, Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. Who am I speaking with?
Brother Joe.
Okay, Shalom, Brother Joe. What's going on, bro?
Jackson, how you guys do, Jack?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say this. You said you went there a long time ago, and it's been like that. And you said you went there or something like that, and it's been like that. But they said they've been complaining. But is that Sirach?
Yeah, go ahead. What you got? What you got, Brother Joe?
Sirach 13:23.
Yeah, let's read it. Yep, that's you on point. That's it right there, Brother Joe. That's a good scripture right there. Hey, let's read that for him, please.
Could you, what do you want?
Sirach 13 and 23. Read that for him, please. Uh-oh.
The book of Sirach, chapter 13 and verse 23.
Come on.
When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him.
And right, and that's I'm glad you brought that out, Brother Joe, because it's been that since I was there. You understand? I remember nights, like the cafeteria, right? The cafeteria closed at 7. If you don't get in there before 7, you hungry for the rest of the night, bro. You understand? You're a kid on the campus. You ain't got no car, you're broke. You understand? So you close down at 7, ain't no other place to go. Just know you're going to be hungry until 7 a.m. when breakfast open. That's just how it goes. But when you go to other schools, and it's not, go to other HBCUs, it's not like that. I'm just talking about Cookman today because I can relate. You know, and like Joe brung out, Ed Reed having his status like that shined light on it. And the reason I believe they fired him, they don't want people to see what they're really doing with the money. That's what I believe it is. Hey, thank you, Brother Joe, for bringing that out, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I never brought a scripture out on the show before. Not because I ain't know the precept, but just calling and getting more opinion, you know. But yeah, shalom.
Hey, all praise to the Most High, man. Job always call in. That's our brother right there. Brother Job out of Jackson, man. But yeah, going back to this issue. Y'all got anything on this, officers, before we dive into it more?
That was heavy, Cap. Even the point that Job and you brought out, like, he ain't asking for him some more money or trying to get himself some gain. He's mad at of what he's seeing happen to his people and knowing that they have the amenities to improve the situation, but not. And that happens too common in the black community. So he should have spoke out, and that's what we got to learn how to do as a people. We got to learn how to speak out for each other because that wouldn't happen in the Caucasian schools.
Absolutely not. And officer, do not forget your thought. No. I'm looking at the comments. There's a user online that says it's true. I was there in 1989 to 1992, and it looks the same. Damn. Hey, you are not lying. I went there
what is that?
Late last year to for their homecoming to teach to hold camp out there.
Right.
Bruh, it's the same campus. The only thing that's changed since I've been there is they have new dorms built over where LLC is at.
To make more money.
Yeah, that's it. But that's it. I'm talking about in a long time. In a long time. She's saying from the 80s it still looks the same. She's not lying. My mother went to Bethune, so I used to go up there to Daytona all the time. The campus looks the same. It's showing you they are getting money, but they're mismanaging funds. Damn. And they want to crucify Ed Reed as they say he has the savior complex. You know what? Our people need saving.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
Our people need, so damn right he got the savior complex because he can't believe what he's seeing. Because he's not lying. That's why the students protested. Because guess what? They're mad because now the Ed Reed gave the students hope.
Right.
You understand? And that's what it is. I want y'all to understand this thing.
Better say.
That's why they're trying to sabotage this truth as well. That's why they got us listed, what, number 2 or number 3? Number 3 on the SPLC, but we ain't never killed nobody. We never caused harm to people.
No.
But you got the Ku Klux Klan number 20. You understand? What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Now, you got to think about it. What was that? Hoover. His plan in COINTELPRO was what? To prevent the rise of a black messiah.
Right.
But you know the sickening thing about this? An HBCU is supposed to be for the betterment of our own people.
That's right.
You got the admins that look like us, but when you got a brother that's coming in, hey, we need change now, and this is disgusting. I'm going to tell you about yourself, you part ways. And I'm going to just let y'all know. When it comes to a coach being vocal about the facilities and the program, that's not out of line. Many head coaches and the bigger programs, they do that all the time.
Right.
They may not have gone, dropped the F-bomb. And once again, they asked him to apologize. He apologized. There's been many circumstances with other bigger schools, that have done that. But I know the truth behind this. They don't want the light to be shined on them. A lot of people are going to get fired. That's what it is. Shame. Do me a favor for the sake of time. Let's go to some of Ed Reed's comments real quick. I believe it's the next video, so let's get into this. Watch this, y'all.
We gonna ride through the fence they ain't fixed the fence. We about to ride through this fence. This ain't even football side. This ain't even the football side. And y'all talking about Madden at my Uncle Prime. Y'all mad at Deion, mad at Prime. This shit is every HBCU. This is track, bro. This is track. This is what they practice on.
Hey, I'm going to let y'all know. Now, that track, it's not a track. It's a straightaway. That's a straightaway. That wasn't even there when I was there. You know what the track team used to practice on? they used to practice on the intramural fields. That's for everybody. Track, the track team. They just used to be running on the grass. How are you going to and the crazy thing is they compete. You understand? They compete against other schools, but their facilities is like an elementary school.
Right.
And there's some elementary schools that got better facilities than Bethune Cookman University, man. It's crazy. But go back to it, man. Go back to it.
Ain't no way, boy. Wait. This is intramural field. You can't practice on this.
I stay in that dorm right there.
These kids got this to work with.
I think I just saw it, Cap. I saw the cutoff.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But look how it's capped. Look how it's capped. Go ahead, play it. Play the clip. Play the clip.
Yeah, I'm showing it. I'm not even the head coach. Congratulations. Man, I should go my ass home.
That's right.
I said I should. I ain't. It ain't happening. Y'all see these buildings right here? You see these buildings right here? Y'all see these buildings right here? This corner? Y'all see this right here? This here? This shit is abandoned right here. They're hoarding trash in this shit.
Now, do me a favor. Close down. Go to the next video for me, please. So yeah, that's across from the Performing Arts Center, right across the street, the old football facilities. Now, mind you, when you go to other colleges, they have something called a field house, meaning that's where all the equipment is at. That's where all the locker rooms is at, coaches' offices. Bethune don't have a field house. They don't have that.
Damn.
You understand? They have to be bussed like 20 minutes to go practice at the Municipal Stadium in Daytona where all the high school kids play. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's but it's been like this for decades. It's been like this for decades, and nothing has happened. And we're going to get into it. Y'all like, damn, this don't make no sense. I'm going to show you. Play the next one, please.
Are you on there?
So these are those buildings that he just showed. And instead of like doing something with it, this is what we do. This is what we do right here. And I'm going to let y'all know, pause it real quick. Bruh, you do know Bethune Cookman is a private institution, right? So like the tuition for you to go, if you don't got like financial aid and scholarships, bro, it's over $20K per semester. Yeah, it's expensive. It's very, very expensive. And you got the faithful that go there. That's, my mama, my daddy went here, so I'm going to go here, boom, boom, boom. And that's how it go. You understand? Paying all of this money, but it looks the same. Year 10, year 20, year 30, year 40.
No way, boy.
What you got, officer?
I would say that I can understand, like, even beyond having an anger for his people, they're going to expect him to produce something with giving the little to nothing to produce it with.
Right.
Like, they giving him trash and telling him to make art out of it. No, I understand where he coming from. He should be mad. That's crap that they even asked him to do that. And that comes from not loving your people, just getting money. This is where the Bible says money is the root of all evil. When you get money and you don't use that money for what it's allocated for, that means you're the problem.
Right.
You're causing the problem.
Now, real quick, give me the book of Micah real quick. Give me Micah chapter 3 and verse 1. The reason why we shining a light on this because, they're trying to shame, Ed Reed on ESPN. They're trying to shame him. Bethune Cookman's trying to shame him. It's like, nah. Only thing I say is he could have toned it down a notch. And then when they told him to apologize, he did apologize. So it's not as if he was just a monster, or what they're trying to paint him as. Right. That's not the case. It's not the case. Read this.
The book of Micah, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Watch this, y'all.
And I said, hear, I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment, who hate the good and love the evil?
You see that? They hate the good and love what?
The evil.
And the evil. And the evil. That's the issue with our people. Instead of doing better when we know we could do better, we want to keep our people in the same situation, man.
Right.
Hey, do me a favor, go to the next one. Hey, we got a lot of videos on this, so we're gonna have a good time. Then we're gonna get into the rundown. Topic of the day we may not even get to. Just depends. We got a call? All right, we'll take a quick call. Hey, Shalom caller, what's your question or your comment?
Shalom, it's Sister Judith.
Sister Judith from
Connecticut.
No, that's not my sister right there. By way of Tallahassee, Florida.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Hey, shalom, sis. Good to hear from you. Good to hear from you. Thank you for calling.
Shalom.
What's your question or your comment,
Shalom.
sis?
Most High and Christ bless. So I just wanted to comment on everything you all are going over as far as the HBCUs. I attended an HBCU for a year. It was Tennessee State University.
Okay.
And everything that you all are talking about is just spot on, right on point. It really brought me back. I was like, ooh, I started having flashbacks. Just of living in the dorm rooms, the mold, the infestation of poisonous spiders,
I'm
sick of the horrible conditions of just the lifestyle of going to a HBCU. So you go to a HBCU to say, you know what, I want to be around my people.
Right,
I want to,
right.
you know, experience that environment. And then you go and it's like, where am I? The food is terrible. You know, it's just a really unfortunate experience. And then also just going into Howard. I don't know if you all remember what happened with the Howard University, which is also a private institution, where they were out of housing in 2021.
Right.
So kids were protesting. They were living in tents outside of their dorm rooms because the facilities were so terrible. So it's just really bad. I'm over here like, whoo, this is crazy. It's very, very true, everything you all are touching on. So all praises to the Most High. But that brother, that coach going in, it made me think about the scripture you pulled out, where it goes into, you get angry. So, of course, he deserves to be angry. This is his people, they suffering. That's why you go to an HBCU at the university level, and it's really like you going to a high school living in a hood. That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is. Hey, excellent points. Excellent points, sis. I wanted to say this about Coach Prime, DeionSanders. You know, they tried to paint an image with Coach Prime as if he was wrong for what he did. I want a lot of people out there, if you didn't know, Coach Prime, you know, did y'all know that he gave his salary every year back to the program so they could get stuff built? Wow. Do y'all know that? And then behind that, when he took the job to go to Colorado, they tried to say, oh, you turned your back on your people. Wait a second. If it wasn't for Coach Prime, they wouldn't have majority of the stuff that they have.
Right.
You understand? But that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to our people, you can't do anything. You can't do anything right by them.
No.
Hey, do me a favor. Post the number up again, y'all. People trying to call in. I'm getting texts. They saying what's the number. So put the lower keep it up for us. I'm actually going to text somebody right now. The number. Let me see here. Go ahead, officers, if y'all have anything. Go ahead.
Hey, to add on what y'all saying, it's true. The problem is our people have that crab in the barrel mentality.
Right.
They want things to remain the way it is, where they pass on their position to family member instead of see what's right for the HBCU. Supposedly, like you stated, it should be something that's for the benefit of the blacks, so-called blacks. But yet, we doing things like even the other nation wouldn't do to us.
Right.
The way we treat each other.
Hey, because when we go to their schools, it's A1.
Right.
It's A1 at their school. Like, for example, Prime, his son Shador, Shiloh, they getting red carpet treatment right now from the heathen. So instead of speaking evil about your brother, if you want your brothers to stay, how about you start treating them the way they're supposed to be treated, and we'll stop going to the HBCUs.
Right.
Okay, yeah, we'll take another call. Hey, Shalom Caller, what's your question or your comment?
Yes, my name is John. I'm calling from Slidell, Louisiana.
Hey, how you doing, John? What's your question or your comment, bro?
Man, I was calling because I heard a comment. I graduated from Jackson State.
Okay.
And what the problem was, people's not mad at what Deion did. Deion, let me stop right there. First of all, when Deion went on to TV and said he gave his salary, that's because Deion wanted extra stuff for what they budget for, and he was willing to pay for it. But I think the school eventually paid for the items anyway. He wanted extra. So let's get that clear. Second was, I think us in Jackson, it wasn't what he did, is to say that he was called by God. So, like like you brought, you come up and said, was called by God, we're here to lead our people. And knowing that this is what people graduate to or gravitated to was the issue that they had. It was they never thought that he was going to stay there 3 years. 3 years he was out. They never thought that. They grew about what he said. And like the last call, all HBCUs is like that as far as they dealing with some type of problem. When I went there back in the 90s, you know, I had to put a wall unit in my window in order to get air in mine. That's something I did because I had one. I went and got one. You know, I deal with the situation. But if you look at it, HBCU is just like the hood of all community, black communities. Right? So a lot of things that, I got 2 kids that one go to LSU, one go to Mississippi State. For each program that a black person get, they get $20 million for one program. We'll probably get $20 million for 20 programs. You can't compete with that. And people do not know that. That's what we're dealing with. So with my problem with Ed Reed, yeah, he was going to bring exposure. He could have did it silently, and then we say, look, man, I got you kids on this yard. We got Mo. Who can come and help me?
Right. Hey, but I'm telling you, I went to Cookman, so I know what it is. That's the point you're about to miss. I'm about to drop it. So your experience at Jackson, okay, I'm hearing what you're saying. But I went there, and I know exactly what the issue is. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, my brother, because obviously we brothers. We're not going to argue or go back and forth at each other. But there is some corrupt stuff going on within the admin. Right. For sure. It is without a shadow of a doubt. It's without a shadow of a doubt. And that's what I was saying. I don't believe it was Ed Reed just showing up on campus and like, what is this? Because he knew the situation on the campus. That's why I don't believe that's what it was. I believe he knows that there's mismanagement within the admin who are allowing these things. And I'm going to bring out more articles and more videos to prove that point. That's where I'm coming from, my brother. So I want to make sure we're on the same page with that, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All praise. Thank you for calling in, though. I appreciate your perspective.
All right.
All praise to the Father. Hey, do me. I'm sending y'all some articles. Real quick. IT. Just get those ready for me. Hey, did we have another caller trying to beep in? They hung up. Okay. Hey, do me a favor. Let's go to the next video, man. For the sake of time, let's go to the next one. We got about 30 more minutes on this. All right, play that for me, please.
Not pulling out, the Board of Trustees made the decision to move in a new direction. We'll show you later that particular video that he put out. There were a couple of videos before that caused a lot of consternation among HBCU folks and Bethune-Cookman folks because he was highly critical of the university, practices there, was complaining about conditions of the university, trash and things along those lines. And when he made the announcement on Saturday that he was not going to be the head football coach, students then, football players, launched a petition that they signed asking that he be returned, be hired as head football coach. Today, there was a rally on campus from students complaining about other conditions at Bethune-Cookman. This is not the first time the university has had controversy. They had significant financial issues, almost lost their accreditation, and many have said that the problem there is its board of trustees.
See, that's the issue right there. That in the alumni, I mean, I didn't graduate there. I attended 2 years. But I don't care. I'm an alumni too. I don't care. So we all saying the same thing.
That's right.
See, like my brother said, yeah, I know HBCUs aren't funded like the Division I schools. I'm not arguing saying that. My argument is the funding that we get, we mismanagement, and I'm gonna just say it, a lot of y'all in there stealing. That's what you're doing.
Yep.
A lot of our people be in those admin positions, stealing, taking the funds from the children.
Right.
That is the issue right there. You had something, officer?
Yes, sir. That's and it's not just this school we're talking about. FAMU is the same thing too.
Right.
And what we fail to understand, what we make it worse for our people to join into those schools. Because believe it or not, what he just did could fix that situation for that school. Because like a FAMU, a lot of time you hear, I don't want to go to FAMU because they mess up with your financial aid. Guess what? That's something, where there is a saying, where there is smoke, you got to be fired. You know what I'm saying? So there is a stigma about HBCU always dealing falsely when it comes to money.
Right. Right.
and they dealing wrong. They hold your money. It takes you a while before you get your money. I had that too, because I went to FAMU. I dealt with the same thing. And then you also have some brothers that even go to FAMU because of that issue.
Oh, like this brother right here?
Right.
Oh, you went to FSU, this guy right
Yeah, he
here?
went to
I went to FAMU to go to FAMU, but I heard the story about how they was stealing money from money trade.
Hey, you ain't lying, though.
I changed my mind immediately and went to Florida State. And at Florida State, I can honestly say they made sure all of their dorms were getting renovated because they understood the importance of kids having a healthy environment and they understood that. They didn't mismanage that money about the kids having the proper books, the proper facilities to study in, the proper places to stay. The little 4 years I was there, I watched at least 6 of them, about 4 of the dorms get renovated from scratch on up. So that was important to them, and that's where our people got to understand.
We got a call?
That's important.
All right, we'll take a call. We'll take another call. Hey, Shalom Caller, what's your question or your comment?
Hey, shalom, shalom, y'all. This is I'm calling to share my insight on this.
Well, who are you? Who is this?
This is OC from Orlando.
We got Captain OC on the show.
Shalom, Cap.
Shalom, Capitan.
Shalom, Cap.
Thank you for
Shalom,
calling
y'all.
in, sir.
Cap, I've been watching the show. Is this Sports Center or is this
This is Writings on the Wall, sir.
Writing
This
on
is
the
not
Wall.
Sports Center.
Lord
have mercy. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, but before we get into Ed Reed, I do want to say, how did Larsa Pippen get Coon of the Week and she's not an Israelite?
No. Larson Pippen. No, it was Marcus Jordan who got Coon of the Week.
Marcus got Coon of the
Yeah,
Week.
he got Coon of the Week for sleeping with Scotty P's wife. So clear.
Cool.
All
And you know
praises.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get into it. So,
Hey, I'm gonna just let y'all know, Captain OC is the biggest hater in Israel. So if you're not on your P's and Q's, you will get hated on. You got to be ready at all times. All right, see how I defended that? Get the hate off you. Get it off of you.
Listen, I'm watching the show, so I ain't a hater. But anyway,
There you go. There you
I
go.
want to speak about Ed Reed.
Go ahead,
share
Cap.
my 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So I know a little bit about coaching. I got a little background. So as you stated earlier, Cap, when you take a job, you get promised a lot of stuff.
Right.
All right. So Ed was probably promised a lot of stuff. As you know, Cap, from your experience with Cookman, I know being in the circles, they don't have a lot of stuff. So
Right.
he was told he was going to get stuff. When he got there, it wasn't there. Now, second point I want y'all to understand is the last coach was fired, all right? He had a lot of losing seasons. So guess what? When you take over a program that's losing, guess what? It's a lot of stuff that's jacked up.
Right.
So you bring in a new coach, you tell him you're going to do A, B, C, D, all this is going to be changed, and we're going to get things going. And when he got there, that's not what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Also, on top of that, when he got there, he probably did some research. I want y'all to pull up that first article from what happened in 2018 pertaining to Cookman and their admin. Because we've been saying it, but this is not something that's like a dirty secret. This is public information of what's going on at Cookman. Let me know when y'all get that on the screen, Cap. I can't really see. I got bad service out here.
No, it's
Just
all
let
good.
me know when it's on the screen.
It's all good. IT, y'all got that, right? Nah, he said Bethune, not Miami. Put up the next one. I don't know what it is about IT. They just start clicking and. Bethune Cookman confronts questions about future in Wake. Is that it? Is that the one?
Yep, that's
All right,
it. So
perfect.
there you go. Read that. Just read that top line right there.
Read that.
Problems beyond the 306 million dorm. Bethune Cookman, a historically black university with a proud history, copes with impact of borrowing against its endowment, fighting in court with its alumni, affiliating with the for-profit law school, and inviting Betsy DeVos to speak at commencement.
So when you read throughout this article, there was a lot of shady practices around a $306 million dorm. If you go look at the dorm, that dorm ain't $306 million.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So these things have been going on at Cookman, and it always starts at the top. Go to Isaiah 20, I think it's 29. I want where they're in agreement with hell. Isaiah
28 and 15.
8 or 20.
Yeah, 28 15.
Yeah, read that for me. Read that for me real quick.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 28 and verse 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
So what y'all got to understand about the admin of any college, it ain't just black colleges. White colleges just make so much money, they actually can do what they're supposed to do and still be rich. Black people, we're so dumb, we steal money and we don't take care of the stuff we're supposed to take care of. If the norms were taken care of, nobody would have a problem. But make no mistake about it, the white people do the same exact stuff. But black people, we just extra greedy. Anyway, Ed Reed got there. Ed Reed's asking for a practice field. They don't have a practice field. Right now, they get bused to Daytona Stadium every day. They spend money on charter bus to go practice on a stadium 30 minutes away. They don't have a locker room. They have no locker room. They have no place to eat. They don't have no own cafeteria. They have none of those things. Now, show where Ed Reed just left, Cap. I want y'all to understand his mindset, why Ed was so upset when he got to see how his people was doing.
Hey, give me the clip.
Let me show you where he was just employed.
You want the one, this speech?
Facility.
Which one you want?
$100 million facility.
Oh, okay, the one that Cap sent. Yeah. University of Miami. Pull up that one.
Right. So if y'all don't know, Ed left one of the top facilities, top schools in America. So pretty much he went from Apple to Jenkins Technology Company. That's what happened here. So when he got there to try to help, he's like, "What's going on here?" They pulled it up yet, Cap? I can't.
Yeah, they got it. They got it. Read that.
All right, read that for me.
University of Miami plans $100 million football facility. Groundbreaking 2023.
So where he just left from, $100 million is being poured into the program. Meanwhile, where he showed up at, they have trash on the floor. He doesn't even have a clean office. So people can understand the difference. When you try to emulate your oppressors, give me Proverbs 3 and 31, I'll let you go back. Go to Proverbs 3 and 31. But when you try to emulate what the white man, you can't do it in this world.
Right.
This ain't our kingdom. This ain't our rest. You will never match what Esau does as far as athletics. It won't happen. Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
So at the end of the day, hey, don't envy your oppressor. All right, I do respect the brother for what he did, but he has to do it in righteousness. The scriptures tell you to gather yourselves together, but they were doing it for the wrong cause, and that's why it failed. But Lord's will, we get our minds together and we come together in righteousness to build some things for our own people.
That's right.
Hey, all praise God. Hey, real quick, IT. Hey, I want you to skip ahead a little bit for me real quick. I want you to start with kind of some of the financial woes, and we're going to scale back a little bit. So whoever's doing the articles, scroll through and give me the first one about their financial issues. Okay. Is this the first one? No, it's not. Keep going, y'all. Keep going. Come on. Help me out now. All right, IT, come on. We went over this like a few minutes ago, so I'm expecting y'all to help me out here. All right, so read this real quick.
Bethune Cookman president Edison Jackson steps down amid financial scandal.
All right, so this was July 12, 2017. Go back to the title. It says that the president steps down because of a financial scandal.
That's a setup.
So think about it. Why you think he stepped down for?
Because he know he'll finna be exposed.
He know he's finna be exposed. He said, let me get myself out of here before they start investigating everything. All right, go to the next one. Go to the next one. We just dealing with stuff that's within the last 5 years. Read that at the top.
4 trustees resign from Bethune-Cookman University board and financial crisis.
Amid financial crisis. So what this is a reoccurring theme. And there's been stuff in the early 2000s, but I'm only dealing with, quote unquote, last 5 year stuff. Go to the next one, please. Go to the next one. Read that.
Bethune-Cookman University addresses fraud allegations.
Scroll down. Read interim president. Read that.
Intern President Hubert Grimes.
Read that again.
University. Go back to the top.
Well, I'm asking you to read it again because IT still ain't fixed the static. I can't hear you.
Bethune-Cookman University addresses fraud allegations.
Come on.
Interim President Hubert Grimes discusses findings from recent audit.
Right, interim president Hubert Grimes. He was an interim at that time. Now they got another interim president right now. They have another interim president right now. They're just showing you what is going on. We got to do better as a people.
Right.
Like, for example, I was telling my brother, I was
you
like,
know that's right.
yeah, trust me, I would know that HBCUs don't get the funding. But, bruh, we got to start looking out for our people.
Right.
And remember, like Captain OC just brought out, when it comes to judgment, God don't care about what the white man's doing. He cares about what we doing.
Right.
If we gonna do what's right. And that's why that's why our facilities, that's why our colleges, that's why everything we touch is in a predicament that it's in.
Right.
All right, do me a favor, go back to where we was at before. I want to hear from the interim president from Bethune-Cookman University. All right, go back to that video, click play.
Are engaged in a lawsuit with the Board of Trustees. There's a lot of things that are going on there. And so what is the current state of Bethune-Cookman? What is the administration saying about what took place with today's protest? Joining us right now is the interim president of Bethune-Cookman, Dr. Lawrence Drake. Dr. Drake, glad to have you here on Roland Martin Unfiltered. And so there's several things that I want to cover over these next two segments. And so let's just walk through this. Ed Reed said he did not want to step down. He was not pulling out. Whose decision was it for him not to become the head coach? Was it you, the interim president, or was it the Board of Trustees?
It was the interim president. It was my decision.
It was your decision?
Yes.
And so why did you make that decision not to move forward with Ed Reed?
So we, as you know, about Sunday, a week ago, well, let me back up. Actually, starting in December, we were working on a contract for naming Ed Reed as the head coach. I interviewed Ed, and I had three important things that I asked him to ensure that he was willing to do as part of becoming part of the Wildcat family. One was I needed him to really understand that we were a Christian institution, that behavior and character were clearly our priorities.
Now stop.
And
He's going to go into the rant. Yeah, that's a smoke screen. He said, okay, we got you on that, so we rolling with that. Go give me the next one that came after that, because they asked him to apologize. He did. You know, he can't help that somebody screen recorded and kept sharing. He can't help that. Right. So he apologized. Read that for me.
Ed Reed apologizes for explicit tirade, criticizing Bethune-Cookman University.
And I mentioned it before. Go to the next article, please, because understand this. What he said about the facilities in his request, similar to what Deion said. He said that he wanted more. He just went about it a different way. It's not far-fetched. Just going to one of the white coaches in one of the bigger schools. Read that.
FSU president opens up about facilities. Jimbo.
All right, scroll down. Get to the point for me real quick. Yep, right there.
My view of Jimbo was he wanted to model things after Nick Saban at the SEC in Alabama. Thrasher said Thursday in an interview with the Associated Press. I'm okay with that to a point, but I'm also not going to put Florida State at risk in terms of debt and the responsibility to other programs. Him and I had an understanding about that. They may have at one point, but Fisher has since made it clear there was a disconnect between them.
Scroll down. Go ahead, read that.
He jabbed at his former bosses during his introductory news conference at Texas A&M.
So this coach, he left Florida State. He went to Texas A&M, and he was throwing shots at the admin at FSU. Read.
On December 4th, talking about the lack of progress to build a larger football complex. You can have the greatest coaches in the world, but if your administration doesn't see things the way you see things and allow you to do things that way, nothing can be achieved, Fisher said.
So we got to stop acting like this is the worst thing ever. Right. All right? He apologized. That's what I'm saying. I was like, okay, he said what he said. Would I have went about it like that? Absolutely not. Am I condoning it? Absolutely not. He said it. It is what it is. You announce him as the coach. All right, he apologized, meaning what? He ain't going to do it no more, right?
Right.
That's not why they fired him. They fired him because there's more to it. Right. Let's go to the next video. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Good old Jimbo. You know he Esau. All right, play that. Run it back from the beginning, please. And Ed Reed, I will say, he got to learn how to control his emotions, though. Right. But that's I understand. He used to play ball, so you never get checked for your emotions. So that's kind of where he's coming from. But they knew that when they hired him. You understand? But play that.
Playing in what we started doing, young man.
So you got the players in there emotional. Ed is emotional.
And y'all done heard curse words before. And they got parents in here. And no, I don't want to leave. And like I told you, I want all these recruits. But they got some corrupt people in this world, some evil people that don't care about kids like I do.
Stop. See, that's the issue.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's more than just the trash. It's more than, no. Because he got a chance to find out and, rub elbows and really figure out what the issue is. Right. You understand? And he shed light to the point where, guess what? The whole student body is now out there protesting. You understand? He gave the encouragement. He's like, you know what? He right. I've been trying to say this. Go to the next clip. All right, we about to speed this thing up so we can get to the rest of the show. All right, so this is Roland Martin speaking with Ed Reed. I ain't gonna lie, Roland Martin been doing his thing covering this situation with Ed Reed and BCU.
That's
but
right.
Play that clip for me real quick.
All right, folks, you heard from the interim president, Dr. Drake. Now you get to hear directly from Ed Reed, Hall of Famer. Ed, glad to have you on Roland Martin Unfiltered. You got a chance to hear what the president had to say on this show. Your response.
I mean, I honestly, I was honestly at the spa, Roland. And when I turned my phone on, that's when I received your text. I didn't hear everything the president had to say. And he's an interim president. I don't feel like he probably would be the person even that would be here. There's a term that is used, when coaches get fired rather than firing head coaches. I've been around this a good bit, man. I'm a businessman, and he's probably just a scapegoat to things, man. And, I just woke up to this, man. Honestly, just the first time that I was able to relax. I've been in Daytona for 3 straight weeks recruiting kids. I have 3 kids, Dominique Ponder, Jeremy Greaves, and Jordan Johnson, who are they in school, man.
So what he's saying that he recruited these 3. In those 3 weeks, he already recruited 3 players. Now they're enrolled at Bethune Cookman. That's what he's saying right there. Mind you, he's on campus recruiting, doing his job before the contract is finalized. Damn. So he's already he's already starting to do. He's Ed Reed. They're gonna come play for Ed Reed. You understand? So he's already bringing them in,
that's right.
promising them stuff. And go back. He actually spent his own money for the visit. You understand? Play that.
School, because they believed in me. Their parents believed in me, man. There's 30 kids that was here on Friday I was with when I got the phone call that they did not want me here. You understand? And I still gave $2,400 out of my own pocket for these young men to go host these kids. And I didn't tell the parents until Saturday morning, when Reggie Theus sent the letter to my assistant, who was not hired at the time, because none of my people were hired, and saying that tell Ed to withdraw his name. He wanted me to say this. I have the email. You want me to say that I'm withdrawing my name so you can save yourselves. I'm not here for nothing but these kids. I apologize for the unprofessionalism. This is what I've been teaching these young men. What these young men and young women did today is for them, man. That's powerful, man. That's old school things, man. I'm not here to bash this university. I know what Dr. McLeod has built. I've been researching.
All right, so for the sake of time, that's what it is, man. Obviously, you can see he's being the change, but he's not the change that they want.
Right.
You understand? They wanted to go from the 80s to the 90s to the 2000s, 2010s and remain the same. That's what they really want. And, Ed, like I said, man, he went about it a certain way. He apologized for it as they requested. But as you can see, there was other ulterior motives behind that thing. Hey, so, I said I want to spend some time on that thing today. We got to do better as a people. Give me Amos, man. Give me Amos 5. Give me Amos chapter 5, verse 15. We got to do better collectively, all right? And stop doing this to our own people, all right? Read what you got, please.
The book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 15.
Come on.
Hate the evil and love the good.
Right, so we got to flip it. In our repentance, if we want to get back right with the Most High, we got to flip this stuff. Stop the extortion, all right? Stop mismanaging funds, All right, do better as a people. Like I said before, I get that, HBCUs is not funded like the rest. But, hey, do right by these kids. These are our people. Because, Esau is not going, when they get out into the real world, Esau not going to look out for them, man. We got to be able to see each other as our brothers instead of being our enemies, man. We got to stop doing this to one another. Read that again.
Hate the evil and love the good.
Come on.
And establish judgment in the gate. It may be that the Lord God of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph.
Right, and we need the Most High to be gracious and merciful to our people. But, hey, we about to get into the rundown, man. We about to get into the rundown.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word